Basically, it's just a way to get buyers and sellers together and assure that the seller gets paid and the buyer gets the product that they've bought. And to do that, we have a way of standardizing the product, using grades and standards. We have a warehouse receipt, so we know where the commodity is. We put the commodity into a warehouse, and then when it's sold, we immediately put out market prices so everybody knows what the price of the day is, or the transaction. And then we have a clearinghouse, which is a way to transfer payment from the buyers to the sellers. So it's really trying to create a reliable, transparent, efficient market. If you looked at a map of exchanges across the world, there would be a big blank over most of Africa. But that's changing. There's a lot of interest in putting together exchanges in a number of countries all over the continent. I think what we've done has sort of shown that it's possible even in a country with very weak infrastructure, weak financial institutions, we still could put together a trading system that works. I'd like to think that when we put together the commodity exchange, which is at the end of the day a market institution with all of its parts, I think what we did was something more, which is really bring together skills, but also this sense that something can be done, that what was unthinkable, that we could transmit data in 2 seconds all around the country to farmers across the country, that we could clear and settle payments in 1 day of trade. All of these things that would have been unimaginable 5-6 years ago have happened. And I think that is probably the most compelling thing about what we've done is it's not so much the actual trading, but the fact that we dared to try to do something that was unthinkable and put together the best minds we could find, but beyond the minds, really this idea that there was heart behind it, that people really cared about getting this done, that they wanted to show that Ethiopia could do this. It's probably a little early to see if people are farming differently, but I certainly think that people might be trading differently because of the exchange. For one thing, we see this incredible response to market information, whereas previously in the absence of information, farmers would come to the local market 10 kilometers away from their farm, and they sort of come blind, hoping to get a good price, but not really sure what's out there. Now they're coming informed, so they've heard per grade, per quality, what the different prices are. They know that a higher quality would fetch 10 birr more or 20 birr more than the lower quality. So they're going to, so they come to this rural market thinking at the national level. They're not thinking local, they're thinking national and possibly global, because we're also giving them New York prices for coffee, India prices for sesame. So there's this sense that they're connected to something bigger than just that little local market and the 1 or 2 merchants that they used to interact with. So I think that consciousness is an amazing thing to see. We put out a system called Interactive Voice Response, IVR, where there's a call-in, toll-free number that anybody can call in and get prices updated, as they are traded. And we get 20,000 calls a day. So that's what's exciting, is to see how people are becoming more sophisticated in their bargaining, how farmers can actually plan when to sell better. And I suspect that their planting decisions, what they decide to produce, will be directly, linked to what they see in the market. This year we're trading coffee, sesame seed, and pea beans, which together are about 60% of the export earnings of the country. So that's a big impact. If we can get 60% of export earnings done more efficiently and more value add and more money back into the pockets of farmers because of better commercial decisions that they can make because they're better informed, then that's a very good thing. So yes, I think that the potential to be plugged right into that growth by having an exchange is clearly there.